Hello guys. So today we will be learning about all the major surface wind bands all around the world. Surface wind bands. So these are important for your chief mates, second mates exams, and also when you're sailing, so that you will know wherever you are in the world. You can come to know in which direction the major surface winds are blowing, and it will be affecting your your route, uh, your TRS formations, and you have to update your routes, and you have to keep them in mind for safety of navigation. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. So this is a surface wind band chart which you can find online anywhere. And again, first time you see this chart, you are again somewhat confused, and I will try to keep it simple and try to make you understand how the winds are flowing and what are they called, what name, and in which directions all the winds around the world will flow. So first of all, regarding winds, the first and most important thing to remember is wind always travel from high to low. So I will write down here high, low. So wind will always travel from high pressure area to low pressure area. I think will come to mind, and I will sort of keep it here only. It's this. So I will keep it here. Wind always travel from high to low. Okay then, so let's start. So when you see this chart for the first time, I want you to remember these points, which are the high pressure points in this chart, and which are the low pressure point in this chart. So for now, forget about all these things which are written here. Forget about them. Okay, as I told you, I will make it simple and easy to remember. So forget about all these points, and I only want you to remember that your equator is low. Just a moment. Okay, so your equator is a low area. Okay, 30° north is high area, same 30° south is your high area, then again 60° is your low area, 60° north also is your low area, and your north pole is a high area, high pressure area, same as south pole is a high pressure area. So now, as I have told you before, wind travels from high to low. Now everything will start to make sense. So let's take 30° south for example. So wind will travel from high to low, as you can see, it's traveling from high to low. This is all high to low, and high to low. Okay, then again Let's look at 60 degrees south. Again, wind will travel from high to low, so you can see high to low, high to low, high to low, high to low. And again 90 degrees south, or your equator, or your south pole, again high to low. So wind is traveling from high to low, high to low, high to low. And the same thing in your north, wind is traveling from high to low, high to low, and wind is traveling from high to low. Same in your north pole, high to low. So now, once you have kept that in mind, let's look at the wind naming. So now you know the directions of the wind, how it is traveling, and you can make all the arrows which are there. So the next thing I want you to remember is wind naming. Wind naming is always done from coming from. So as you can see, if you make this wind high to low, you can see it is coming from southeast direction. So this is your southeast trade winds. Here in 30 degrees south, wind is traveling from 30 degrees south to here. These are coming from west direction, so these are called westerlies. Okay, same in your at your poles, winds are coming out of here. Okay, so these are called easterlies, easterly winds. Okay, mostly these are like that, so that's why these are called easterlies. As you can know, as you all know, north, south, east and west. So these winds are coming like this, these winds are coming like this, these winds are coming like this. So the names will come same, which I told you, coming from. Same goes for your north quadrant or your north side of your equator. These winds will come like this, so these are called northeast trade winds. Okay, and then these winds will be called westerlies. Again, westerlies, because these are coming from the west. Okay, and these will be called polar easterlies, again because the wind will be going like this, so these are called polar easterlies. And like that, you will come to know what is the direction of the wind and what is the name of all the major surface bands. And as always, what I want you to remember is, after you see this video, you put it on a piece of paper so that you remember it always, what I used to do. So let's make an equator here. So this is your equator, 0 degrees. Okay, and this is your 30 degrees north. This is your, let's correct it. This is your 30 degrees south. This is your south pole, and again on the top I forgot to make 30 degrees south. Okay, 60 degrees south. Here also 60 degree north, and this is your north pole again. And what I told you before, the wind, you have to write first of all high and low. So this is your low pressure area, this is your high pressure area. This is also your high pressure area. This is your low pressure area. This is your low pressure area, and poles are your high pressure area. So once you practice on a piece of paper, you will never forget it. You can, like, anyone can ask you a major wind band all around the world, and you will come to know. You just have to make this chart, and you have to keep this chart in mind, and remember wind will travel from high to low. So you can say wind will travel from high to low, high to low, high to low, high to low. Okay, and from here wind will come from high to low, high to low, high to low. Say way here, high to low, high to low, high to low, and here also high to low, high to low, high to low, then again high to low, high to low pressure area, and again high to low pressure area, high to low pressure area, and high to low pressure area. Naming of the same, which I've told you. The direction, winds are always named in the direction they are coming from. So these are your southeast trade, southeast trade winds. Okay, same way these will be your northeast trade winds. These are your westerlies. These are also your westerlies. Then these will be your polar easterlies. Polar easterlies. And here also polar easterlies. And that's all you have to remember. So in short, remember these latitudes: 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, and never forget your poles. Then the other part which you have to remember is wind always travel from high to low pressure area. And the third part which you have to remember is naming of wind is always done from coming from, or direction, wind direction it is coming from. And that's all. And really you can remember all these winds, like major surface winds all around the world, with some basic things which I've discussed with you. I hope you like this video, and hope you leave a subscribe, and also leave a comment if you want me to discuss more topics regarding navigation or stability. I'll be making some video on the stability topics as well, and I hope you find it useful. Thank you guys.